The roaring of motorcycle engines filled the quiet Sunday air, a thunder rolling through the small town's main street. People turned to look as nearly 20 bikers rolled in, their black leather jackets glinting under the sun. But amid the rumble and stares, a small voice pierced through, trembling, desperate. "Please, please arrest me." The bikers froze. A little girl, maybe 8 years old, with tangled hair, dirt-streaked cheeks, and eyes full of fear, stood clutching a torn teddy bear. Her voice cracked as she repeated, "Please take me to jail. I don't want to go home." The leader of the bikers, a rugged man known as Tank, slowly stepped off his Harley. He knelt down, eye level with her, and said softly, "Sweetheart, why would you want us to arrest you?" And what she said next would silence every biker on that street and change their lives forever. Tank and his biker brothers were part of a riding group called Iron Hearts, veterans, ex-cops, and good men who spent weekends raising money for children's hospitals. They weren't strangers to sad stories, but none had ever begun like this. The little girl's name was Lila. Her clothes were old, her shoes too big, and she held a note in her pocket that made Tank's hands tremble. "If you find this, please don't send me home." Tank exchanged glances with the others, Bear, Stitch, and Rico, all hardened men, but their eyes softened. They gently asked her where her home was, but every time they mentioned it, she shook her head, hiding behind her teddy bear. Tank crouched again. "Lila, sweetheart, can you tell me why you don't want to go home?" She whispered, "He gets mad when I talk. And when I cry, he says I need to be punished." Tank's jaw clenched. He'd heard that tone before, the voice of a child who'd learned fear too early. He motioned the others aside. The bikers huddled behind their bikes, voices low but firm. "She's being hurt," said Bear. "We call the cops," Stitch said immediately. Tank shook his head. "Cops take time. If her dad finds out we interfered, she'll pay for it before they even get there." They all looked at Lila, now sitting quietly on the curb, drawing circles in the dust with her shoe. Tank sighed deeply. "We'll keep her safe. For now." That night, the Iron Hearts took Lila to their clubhouse, a converted warehouse just outside town. They gave her food, a blanket, and her first hot shower in who knows how long. But when Tank tucked her into bed, she clung to his arm. "Are you gonna leave me too?" That question broke something in him. Tank, a man who'd lost his daughter in a car crash years ago, felt the ache of old wounds reopen. He whispered, "Not tonight, kiddo. You're safe here." Lila smiled, the kind of tired smile that says I don't believe it yet, but I hope it's true. Later that night, as the bikers sat in silence, Tank stared into the flames of the bonfire outside. "We can't just hand her back. Not until we know she's safe." Rico nodded. "Then we find out who hurt her, and make sure they never do it again." And with that, the Iron Hearts made a promise, not to a stranger, but to a little girl who asked them to arrest her because it was safer than her own home. The next morning, Tank woke to the sound of laughter, a sound he hadn't heard in years. Lila was outside, sitting on Bear's motorcycle, pretending to arrest the bikers one by one. She'd giggle and shout, "You're under arrest for being too cool." The men played along, pretending to be cuffed. It was light, innocent, beautiful, but beneath that joy, Tank knew there was still darkness waiting. He called his old friend Deputy Harris, a local cop he trusted. They met at a diner away from town. Tank slid the note across the table. "She begged us to arrest her. Said her dad hurts her." Harris sighed. "Her mom's been missing for 2 years. Dad's got priors for domestic violence but nothing stuck. I can open a case, but we need her statement." Tank frowned. "She's terrified of talking about it." "Then you earn her trust," Harris said quietly. "The system only works if she believes it will protect her." So, that's what they did. For the next few days, the bikers showed Lila what safety felt like, not just words, but actions. They taught her how to ride a small dirt bike. They let her help wash their Harleys. They told her stories of their own scars, so she'd know she wasn't alone. One night, Lila sat by the fire with Tank. "Why do you wear that vest?" she asked, pointing to his leather jacket with Iron Hearts stitched across the back. He smiled. Because it reminds me that even when life breaks you, you can rebuild stronger. Iron doesn't bend easy, kid. Lila thought for a moment. Then maybe I can be iron too. Those words hit him deep. That same week, Deputy Harris arrived with social services. They were ready to take Lila into safe custody. But when she saw the uniforms, she panicked. No! Don't make me go! I want to stay with the bikers. Tank knelt in front of her, fighting back tears. Hey, you're not in trouble, kiddo. These people are going to help you. And we'll be right here, I promise. He gave her his dog tag. Whenever you're scared, hold this. It means we're still with you. Lila clutched it tight as they led her away. The bikers watched in silence, engines rumbling low, like a heartbeat of protection. Weeks later, Tank got a letter in the mail written in crayon. Dear Iron Hearts, I'm in a nice house now. My new mom is kind. I sleep without being scared. I keep your tag under my pillow. I'm learning to ride a bike too, just like you taught me. Thank you for arresting my fear. Tank folded the letter slowly, eyes glistening. He looked up at his brothers. Guess we did arrest someone after all. Who? Bear asked, smiling. Tank smiled back. Her past. And as the engines roared to life once more, the Iron Hearts rode off not as outlaws, but as guardians of the broken. Because sometimes, the bravest thing a biker can do is stop for a little girl who just needed to feel safe.